Hi everyone, it's me, Nicholas, and today I want to share my experience with God, with Jesus so far, and give my testimony, what I can say. And as it says in the Bible, if we don't acknowledge Jesus before men, He won't acknowledge us before the Father, before God. I'm here to acknowledge what He did in front of everyone who's watching this. So maybe a bit of backstory. I grew up in Germany. I was born to a Christian leaning family, I would call it. My grandfather, he was a priest, evangelical priest, and he was the father of my mother. And my parents and I, we prayed together. We prayed almost every evening. We had like two different prayers that we prayed together, and before eating as well, also with my grandmother. And then I had like Bible study when I was younger, and also in school. But I would say I believed in God, but Jesus didn't really come that close. So I didn't really think about Jesus that much. I prayed to God, and I started with maybe the basic prayers like Our Father in Heaven, and another prayer which I prayed together with my mother, and yeah, that was a start. And also before uh, dinner we prayed, but then in the evening I developed my own prayers. I tried to include gratitude more into my prayer life, but still I wasn't thinking about Jesus so far, because my view of Christianity was that we don't have to do good deeds because everything can be forgiven. So I was thinking, it's kind of strange, because I thought I would have to be a good person, I have to do good deeds, and yeah, so that's why I thought. Then if everything can be forgiven, then why do I have to be a good person? Why do I have to do good things? So that kind of irritated me and pushed me back from it. And I still prayed to God, but didn't really include Jesus into it. So then I would say, after some ups and downs in my life, and some pretty bad downs, also very tough breakup that I went through, um, I developed more interest into the Bible. Also, a good friend of mine, he started reading the Bible, and he encouraged me, or not necessarily encouraged me, but he talked about it. He's doing it, and I always wanted to do it, but I never really came through. So, and something bad had to happen for me to get closer to Jesus, or to at least think about him. And a very, very tough breakup, and we came back together. Then we separated again, back and forth. So that was pretty tough for me. And yeah, then I because I was so lost and didn't know what to do, um, I came closer to the Bible, to thinking about, well, why did it happen? Maybe it happened for a reason. So what's my girlfriend, also she wasn't a Christian, so I was like, maybe that was not the woman God prepared for me. But I really loved her, and it was very tough to get over it. But I would say God really helped me. I had really deep prayers, but still not really including Jesus that much. And then um, I fell back into some sins, and did stuff I wouldn't do now anymore. So that kind of led me into a deeper hole. And then yeah, I kind of started praying a lot more often, like half an hour an evening, also including Jesus into my prayers. Also, that kind of uh, changed my Instagram algorithm. So well, it changed through what I watched, and there was a lot more content about Jesus. Some clips from The Chosen, other people talking about Jesus was very Jesus focused, and that really helped me and helped me grow closer and think about it. What I would also need to mention is that actually the music of Kanye West sparked maybe the first interest in Jesus, because of some songs in Donda where he said Jesus is Lord, and of course Jesus is King, his album. I really thought about Jesus a lot more and asked myself, why is he saying that? So that was actually the first spark, and I gotta give, of course, thanks to Kanye, but also thanks to God for using Kanye in that way, because I really loved listening to his songs, his music. So that was a great way, and that also shows how God knows what we need, how he can reach us. That's also why musicians who talk about Jesus are so important, and celebrities, because they can really make a change and reach lots of people. So I think that should encourage anybody with reach to talk about Jesus a lot more often. But getting back to the story, I was starting to pray a lot more often every evening, and for half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. And then I started to notice a shift in my situation. Also read that praying can actually change the brain, because I was feeling kind of sad, without any drive, kind of stuck, hopeless. It was very tough mentally, I would say. And what then happened, like small things happened, small successes came. I kept praying, like read that praying can actually change the brain, change you for the better, and make a real impact. And that also helped me. And that praying for that long, like continuously, every evening, that I would also say helped so much. And also something I would encourage anybody to do: give prayer a chance, pray regularly. And I also started listening to the Bible app as an audiobook. Actually, in the last couple of days, I implemented reading the Bible in the evening, even if it's only a very small passage or not that much. It still helps, and I would still say that it also sparked something in me, like reading it with joy. It makes something with me, and I think it will have an impact on anybody who's reading the Bible. So also something I think all of us should do. Also talking to myself, I'm not nearly finished, and even if I go through the Bible one time, I think many people have read it a couple of times, and I think you can't read it often enough, because it's God speaking to us directly through the Bible. So if we got the chance, we can talk to God in prayer, but he talks to us through the Bible. And the stories that we read there are, they are addressed to us as well. We can take them as his word for us and as him speaking to us. So it's something I think very valuable and helpful, and just life advice. So Jesus really, my prayer through him to God, it really changed my life for the better. I met an amazing woman who I'm engaged to now. Lots of things, lots of miracles and small stories happened. Also, my fiance now, when she texted me on Instagram, she had something about God written in her biography. So it was also a sign for me that God chose her. For me, it was so obvious from the beginning. So God is speaking to us through the little things, through what happens. And I can go on for so much longer, and I will share more about some things that happened to me, some ways how God talked to me, like some signs that I experienced. I will talk about them in further videos, but that was it. My testimony for Jesus so far, but more to come. And I can only encourage anybody to invite Jesus into your life. You can rest assured that at the end of your life you will never regret that. it is probably the best decision you can do and that I could have done, and that actually really changed my life, my situation, my thoughts, my mental state, everything for the better now. So my situation, my life situation. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Have a good evening here from Germany. The beautiful sunset in the background, and take care.